One day I was getting ready to give a big presentation. I had been prepping for months, and today was finally the day. I had a flutter of excitement, and then I heard a voice say, "What makes you think you're ready to do this? You're probably not even the most qualified person to be talking about this. You're gonna mess this up and make a fool out of yourself." Those butterflies turned to stone, and I felt paralyzed.
Do you know what quality gives Elon Musk the ability to turn ideas that are quite literally out of this world into reality? He has an unwavering conviction that he can do it. He's able to commit to his vision, which is what success really takes, because he believes in himself 100%. Imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and perfectionism are standing in the way of actualizing your dreams. Today, I'm talking about how to transform your inner critic into your biggest fan so that you can stop getting in the way of your success and ultimately reach your fullest potential. The spotlight effect is a psychological bias that causes us to overestimate how much people are paying attention to our flaws. It's truly only your inner critic that is obsessed with you. No one else really gives a shit. Perfectionism is a symptom of the egoic mind. You have tied your identity to your performance, appearance, or status, which then defines your self-worth. Your inner critic is trying to protect you by wanting you to be accepted by others because they believe it's necessary for your survival. And this is why they care so deeply about you being liked and fitting in. Tell your inner critic that not only is nobody perfect, but nobody likes perfect. They like real. People connect through relating, and being perfect is not very relatable. In fact, perfectionism is pretty superficial, and it makes creating deep, genuine connections very difficult, which furthers the fear of abandonment and rejection. And you can now see how this becomes a vicious cycle of not being able to relate to others, which leads to not feeling connected and therefore feeling rejected, and then believing the solution is to be more perfect. The way to break out of this cycle is by practicing self-compassion and non-judgment. Non-judgment is simply just existing in what is. You're not placing expectations, analyzing, or labeling. You are just allowing what is to simply be. This means to exist in your wholeness. I'm going to take a minute to let that sink in. Give yourself permission to exist in your wholeness. Now, it's important to be aware that this fear that not being perfect or making a mistake will lead to rejection and therefore death can be caused both internally or externally. Judgments that are internal usually came from an external source that we then internalized by allowing that experience to dictate our self-worth. This usually happened somewhere in childhood, when kids were mean and unconscious of their impact. And we didn't have a solid connection with ourselves to just brush it off as, just kids being stupid kids. This is why it's so important to take the time to really find your tribe. Look closely at your relationships to evaluate if they're aligning with who you are and who you strive to be, so that you feel safe to express yourself authentically and recondition yourself into a space of unconditional love. If the judgment is internal, meaning that it's coming from within you, then it will always be projected outward to confirm your narrative. For example, if I think someone is judging me for my weight, I will find signs that confirm this belief, and this is known as confirmation bias. The way to overcome judgment is to consciously transform it into radical acceptance. Start to be an observer of your thoughts and notice when you're placing a judgment on yourself or others, and then just let it be. It's probably going to feel uncomfortable and weird. That's the point. You can practice this through exposure therapy, intentionally color out of the lines, do something that feels messy, and practice radical acceptance, which will help you realize that you won't be thrown out of the pack, be left to die. You will survive. Ultimately, perfectionism is a form of procrastination, and it's preventing you from just doing what you need to do to see results. If you constantly are overrun by the belief that it has to be perfect for it to be acceptable, then you will spend unnecessary time fixing minuscule details that will probably go unnoticed, or spend so much energy trying to appear to be perfect, and neither this time or energy will be fruitful. Submit that assignment, upload that video, send in that report, just show up, and then be free of it. Self-doubt stems from the belief that you are not worthy or deserving of what will bring you fulfillment. you have to realize that the person you are right now and the person you want to be are the same person. You are already that person, and you are deserving of what that person has right now. In other words, you have to understand that you are already enough in order to receive what you are deserving of. The belief comes first, then the experience or the result is the confirmation of that belief. So you must already believe you are whole in order to feel full. So the most powerful tool I found to help with this is affirmations. You can listen to my affirmations for manifesting your dreams once a day to help reprogram your subconscious. So every day I say, I am deserving of abundance, joy, and peace. I am ready to receive abundance, joy, and peace. And you know the drill, I say it 3 times or until I can feel it in my chest, like I'm saying it with my being. I am deserving of abundance, joy, and peace. I am ready to receive abundance, joy, and peace. Your inner critic might try to remind you of negative experiences because of negativity bias. This means that even though you've experienced positive or even neutral things of equal intensity, the experiences that are negative will have a greater effect on you. Like, how is it possible that 100 people can tell me that my pasta salad is so yummy, but it takes that one person to be like, it's a bit salty, for me to think that I'm a bad cook and never want to make pasta salad again? Your inner critic may also be focusing on internalized feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. Maybe you've experienced failure or disappointment that has led you to lose faith in yourself. Once again, you've probably had 100 experiences that have proven you are talented, skilled, capable, but you haven't paid attention or made a mental note of them. So unconsciously, your mind focuses on the one thing that didn't go as you envisioned. And now you've convinced yourself that you're not capable, that you're unlovable, and all of these crazy beliefs that have spiraled from this one incident, from this one data point. Look at the whole Excel spreadsheet. I guarantee you have more strengths than you recognize. Now pause this video right now and name 5 of your strengths. Go. Celebrate and really acknowledge the small wins, knowing that you have to counteract that negativity bias. Turn this into a daily practice by identifying your wins of the day. Maybe that's you didn't snooze your alarm, you did your morning routine, you read a book, you moved your body, you cooked yourself a nourishing meal, you stayed focused during a task, maybe you took care of your personal hygiene. Literally name as many things as possible, because you have to actively do things to better yourself, which are innately bettering your situation and preparing yourself for success, which is something to be celebrated. So now is the perfect time to prove to yourself, not your parents, not your friends, not the world, but to yourself that you are capable. Set a small goal and achieve it. And if you can't think of a small goal to achieve, I'll give you one. Just show up. Now, if this self-doubt stems from an internalized feeling of inadequacy, it's important to focus on healing the wounds that cause this false self-perception. On a metaphysical level, the reason why having self-doubt or internalized negative beliefs makes it impossible for you to manifest your dreams is because your dreams are at the highest energetic frequency. But if you are holding on to low vibrational energies, such as anger, resentment, guilt, shame, or fear, then you are bringing your energetic frequency down to a place that will never be able to reach and sync with the energetic fields of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. This is why the healing journey is a vital part of your success in reaching your fullest potential. When you begin to hear your inner critic make you feel like an imposter, it's a sign that you are pushing your edge and you are at the brink of leveling up. Your inner critic is trying to protect you from being vulnerable in the unknown. But vulnerability and the unknown are precursors of success. Self-sabotage is a sure way of protecting ourselves from change, even if that change is for the better. When your inner critic is making you feel like an imposter, it means you are reaching your upper limit, which you've probably never felt before, which makes you uncomfortable. Even though it's positive, it's still not what you're used to. So subconsciously, you bring yourself back down to a familiar state through fear and worry. This feeling of fear is actually a really exciting moment because it means that you are surpassing the threshold. See this as a sign that you are reaching beyond what you thought was possible. Speak to your inner critic and acknowledge that they are trying to protect you from an unknown situation, but what would really help is that they support you instead. So say this to your inner critic: I see that you're trying to watch out for me, but I got this, and cheering me on while I do this would really make me feel safe and confident. Confidence comes from evidence. So if you need a certificate or a stamp of approval to give you the boost you need to believe you are ready to start that business, apply for that job, ask for that promotion, then take the course, get that degree or certification, read that book, do whatever it is you need to do to feel prepared so that you can always use that as a tangible reminder that you are committed to your growth and success. Even people who are experts in their field or have had a lifetime of experience still deal with imposter syndrome. It's not about banishing your inner critic, but befriending them and letting them become your reminder that you are existing outside of your comfort zone, which is the only true place you will be able to actualize your dreams. Unwavering belief in yourself is the foundation for success. It doesn't mean some days you won't have doubt about the outcome. It means that you believe you will find the solution. Healing is a necessary step in overcoming limiting beliefs, and tools like self-awareness, self-compassion, and building yourself and your skills will help you step into your power. If you would benefit from help identifying and overcoming self-limiting beliefs that are hindering your success, I offer one-on-one personal development coaching to anyone around the world. Fill out the link in the description below to set up a discovery call with me so that you can have a game plan for growth and ultimately achieve your highest potential. I also really recommend reading The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. This book was pivotal in developing my mindset around success and the role my beliefs play in my life. Connect with me on Instagram at Limelight Wellness for wellness tips and reminders. Leave a comment about what limiting beliefs you're ready to let go of, and like and share this video if you found it helpful so that others can learn ways to overcome their self-sabotaging patterns, and then we can all level up together. Remember, you are worthy of your dreams. Now it's time to trust and receive. I'm wishing you days filled with peace, love, and lion light. Bye!